Hello, everyone, and welcome to this weekly intuitive energy update. My name is Lisa Lyle, and this is my channel here on YouTube. My website's lisalyle.com, and you can find me on social media, Wisdom of the Heart. So, I am delivering this intuitive energy update on Thursday, the 8th of February, 2024. And it's a day later than I had anticipated or than I've normally been doing. Things happen. So I'm just wondering how you're all feeling. And if you've been feeling anything like I have in recent days, I am sending you massive waves of love and light to support this phase of your journey, this transition. So at this time, I just like to ask that I am a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, Mother, Father, God, loving and kind. So thank you all so much for being here. If you're new, welcome. I trust that something you find here will be supportive to you as you continue to awaken on your spiritual journey. If you're new and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do take a moment to subscribe and support content creators you enjoy. It's free and it takes like less than a second to hit that subscribe button, and it is greatly supportive to myself, this channel, and my ability to grow here on YouTube. If you've been traveling with me for a while, thank you so much. It is nice to still be here, and it is delightful to still be connected to you. So thank you so much. If you're catching this in and around the 8th of February, even the early 9th, and you would like to be a part of the Aquarian New Moon Circle, which is taking place tomorrow, February the 9th. You can find information about that on my website, lisalyle.com, or over on my Facebook page, Wisdom of the Heart. And it would be lovely to welcome you into our spiral of grace. So, tomorrow is the beginning of a new lunar year. So the year of the wood dragon, and apparently we haven't had a year of the wood dragon in 60 years. And so what I'm really feeling with this, because we're talking about wood, the element of wood, I'm feeling a big part of this energetic of the wood dragon is to support our ability to reestablish our supportive and nurturing connection to nature, which we seem to have really sort of forgotten, and myself included. And I'm like a little nature nymph. Like, I love to be outside. I love to be barefoot. And for some reason, in recent days and weeks and even months, there has been this feeling within me, this need to really be protective of my energy and my space. I've spent the last couple of days, as we are working towards this new moon, this new lunar year, this 13 moon cycle. I've spent the last couple of days really clearing and cleansing the home space with sound, with sweat, really clearing the space and taking responsibility for how it feels here in the home. I feel like for many of us at this time, there's such a level of uncertainty. Like, we're living in really uncertain times. And this is calling us home deeper within our own personal human and eternal soul experience. So, really finding the blessings in the moment and really being present for ourselves in the moment, regardless of how we feel. For many people, myself included, this is a time where we are being asked to make some difficult choices. And one of those choices are we going to continue down um, the path where we're being led collectively as humanity, Or are we willing to go out on a limb and to forge our own path based on the wisdom, the inner knowing, the knowledge that resides within our own heart? And if you're here watching this, I would encourage you along the second path, because this is where we are going to really experience the whole array of blessings of being human. This is where we are going to experience joy, co-creation, and in fact, our divine heritage, our divine birthright, our divine inheritance connected to a loving God, which is the unified mother and father energy. So the divine masculine and feminine. God is not a he. God is within the one, both masculine and feminine, just as you and I. And there's nothing we have to do to actually change. I am Lisa. I am a female in a woman's body and blessed to be in a woman's body. And it is about acknowledging that also within this woman's body is a divine masculine, is a father energy that simply seeks to unify with the sacred feminine so that the child of light within can come out and play, can come out and create, can come out and live their absolute best life, unique. Um, and this is a big message that's been coming through with this new moon. It's like honoring our individuality within the collective. And this is a long forgotten art of being human. We seem to feel that we're all meant to be the same, dress the same, look the same, have the same lashes, have the same. It's absolute, none of that stuff matters. What matters is that you show up in the world authentically as yourself. I heard a really good quote the other day by Thomas Merton. Um, and it was like, a tree gives glory to God by simply being a tree. And that goes the same for you and I, for we. Being who we are is a gift to this world. And so do not diminish yourself, your gifts, and the impact and the reach of your presence on planet Earth at this time. So, without getting too much into like the personal experience, I'm really feeling guided to connect here now with the collective. And so I trust that you are all doing well and taking care of yourself. This is going to be key this whole lunar year. Yeah. So first out is number 34, extremes, and 3 plus 4 equals 7. This entire year, 2024, the calendar year, is a universal 8. This is all about the self and what we are here to co-create. But this isn't an 8. No, it's not an 8, it's a 7. And I knew that. What I was trying to say is that this universal 8 year is really encouraging us to care for our physical vessel, and to really get honest about what nurtures us, what inspires us, and those things in our life, people, places, things, habits, that really diminish and shadow, if you will, our light. So it's really important here not to, it says the hot moon, steamy and hot. It's really important for us to not allow ourselves to go to extremes, to in recovery there is a saying, halt, and halt is an acronym for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. And so really not allowing ourselves to be any of those things. We really, it comes back to the divine masculine and feminine energy, really allowing ourselves and affording ourselves the space and opportunity to become unified from within. And so as we move through this lunation, as we move deeper into this calendar year, and in fact, this season in our life, it's really important that we take responsibility for what we're bringing to the table. And if we're getting fired up by perhaps the behavior of someone else, then it's really important to come back and what is my part in this? And how can I bring feelings of peace and calm to my own heart without projecting outwards? So take care of your body, get out to nature, get yourselves rooted and grounded. I'm happy to say that in yesterday I spent about 3 hours outside, really just although our skies were littered with lines in the sky, tic-tac-toe boards in the sky, it was really nice to be outside and to feel a little bit of the sun. So next we have surrender to the divine. Full moon. So our next full moon is the Virgo full moon on the 24th of February. And this is a really lovely time. This whole lunar cycle from now until the Virgo full moon is a really good time to, again, as I was saying, clean up the home space, really take responsibility for what you're bringing to the table. And are you listening to the inner guide? Are you allowing divine source, loving and kind, to guide your life, to guide you to where you are meant to be? Because that is, we're all children of God, children of light, and we're really being called. I will share this. In the last few days, I've been really guided to go back in, pull myself back from all of the external, whether it's in my home, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's just out there in the world, and to go within and to really reestablish my connection to the little Lisa that lives within this adult female body, and to reacquaint myself with her. And she was fun. She is fun. She's delightful. She likes to have she is intimately and deeply connected to a loving God, and not the God that she was taught about outside from external forces. The God who has always resided inside, who has been with little Lisa through each and every experience that she's ever had in this lifetime. And let me tell you, who loves Lisa as she is here and now in this very moment. And so I feel like for many of you, there's one more card there. For many of you, connecting, you too may be feeling called back to a place and time where innocence and truth divine and love was just a part of your experience. Because this is, from this space, we can co create with the divine. We can surrender and trust that everything is unfolding in divine and perfect time, because time as we know it by the clock doesn't exist in the spiritual realms. The only time that is relevant and important is the eternal now moment, the present, which is a gift to each and every one of us. And then we've got this card, a new start is coming, the new moon. So are you willing to release and let go of situations, thought patterns, relationships, connections that are not supportive to you? And are you willing to let go and release them with love? Love for yourself, because that is first and foremost. We cannot love another, or we can only love another to the best of our ability to love ourselves. And so loving ourselves shows up in our daily life through our actions, or inaction. So I'm just going to pull a couple cards here from a few cards from the Magdalene deck. And this deck really wanted I had already had a couple decks here to work with, and then this one was like, no, we need to get some messages from the Magdalene Sisterhood. And so the Magdalene Sisterhood is really about women like you and I coming together, showing love and support and empathy for one another, and really establishing our um, deep connection to our roots and the medicine that resides within us, our gifts, talents, and abilities. And we're all here as healers. We are all incredibly gifted. Do not doubt in your gifts. And if you're not using your gifts to the betterment of your own experience, then what the heck are you doing? Because that is what we are meant to do. And as we heal ourselves and our experience, then we begin to come out of our shell and share. And so this is what the Magdalene Sisterhood is all about. And the first card out is Kuan Yin. So you may or may not know, Kuan Yin is the Bodhisattva of compassion. And her mission statement, if you will, is she will walk the earth until all souls are elevated, until all souls awaken. And the message on this card is gratitude. And it was said back at the beginning that this is really about extracting, being aware of the blessings that exist in our lives right here and now. And the fact that we're here connecting is a blessing. So thank you for being a blessing in my life. And perhaps if you're not feeling the blessings, perhaps if you're not feeling the love, then the practice of gratitude is going to support you to tune into those blessings. So an attitude of gratitude, like really being grateful as if all that you've ever desired is already present for you right here and now, because it is. It's just about removing the layers that keep you feeling small, keep you feeling that you're not even sure what the call is, let alone how are you going to answer it if you can't hear it. So silence is where we really come to understand our eternal connection to source within us. The next card out is the resurrection card, and this always leads me to our brother Jesus. And his message to us at this time is we are the living light. We are the resurrection of the light. He physically is not coming back to walk with us to save us or anything like that. He is our brother from the same source, divine mother and father God. He was a child of light who never wavered, or perhaps he did. I haven't delved deep enough into the biblical stories to say whether he ever had doubt. I'm sure he did, particularly as he was being nailed to the cross. Um, but this is about coming off of the cross. It is about removing the burdens from back there, right? Because the burdens aren't out in front of us, the burdens are behind us. And that is what makes us feel heavy. That's what has us rounding our shoulders, protecting our heart, and all of that other stuff that we humans do. So, this is coming to you at this time as an acknowledgement that you are the living light. You are the Christ incarnate at this time to make waves, to make ripples, to sing your song of love through all time, beyond the timelines. And so, oh, you know what? I'm with you, and we're not lost. We find ourselves right where we are. And thank you for sharing that, because this is a big, I could actually literally cry right now. So I feel your sadness. And I thank you so much for sharing and being brave enough to share that here, because this is what's going to help us come back together. The sisterhood, the brotherhood, we're all one and we're all going through stuff. And yet we don't talk to one another. We don't share with one another. And this is my whole purpose for being here and sharing, is that I craving and seeking the companionship of my fellows, the family of light. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. It's so nice. It's like a little sisterhood coming together. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm glad a happy accident, because we're meant to connect, and let's stay connected, and let's let's really start talking. And this is my whole mission, is to bring women together, to see each other as sisters, to share and learn from one another, because we each have so much to share. We each have so many gifts. I, for one, know that Miss Sadie Paula there is incredibly a gifted artist, and I'm looking forward to collaborating and co-creating with her. And secrets from a girl, I don't even know if I said that right. Like, you too have magic and gifts, and we're here to share. And so thank you so much for accidentally sending that comment, because this is what it's all about, connecting through the heart. And honestly, if there's anything I can do to support you outside of this video message or anything else that's on this channel, please do not hesitate to reach out. This is why we are here. And I received the message a couple weeks ago, and it really struck me and really resonated deep within me, is that through service, I heal, and by service, I heal. And that's a profound statement to make, because we're all on this continual evolutionary path in this dense human form. And so we must address the burdens from back there, so that we can go forward full of light as we are meant to be. So you are the light incarnate, and you are, through your healing journey, you are resurrecting the light of the Christ that resides within you. And our final card, and it's funny because I saw this card at the beginning, is the Lovers. And this is all about choices, more so than actual, man and woman coming together and loving on each other. This is about choices. We have decisions to make. And it was mentioned at the very beginning, some of these decisions that we are called to make at this time are challenging and are pushing us outside of our comfort zone. And this is where we grow, outside of the comfort zone. And so whatever choices are present for you, be brave enough to make those choices, whether it's releasing and letting go of relationships, perhaps letting go of friendships, perhaps family, perhaps addictions. There's a myriad of things. A choice to show up for yourself every day is a choice, and to not make that choice is also a choice. And so it's really about understanding our power in this moment, this very hour. This is also about divine union. So for a long time, like really from the 1960s and stuff, there has been this idea of free love, and I'm free. I can go out there and be sexually promiscuous and all this kind of stuff. And absolutely, yes, sure, you can. And yet, from the perspective of this 53-year-old woman, doing that is causing, and in many cases perpetuating, wounds that reside deep within you. And so it's really about reestablishing our awareness and understanding of sacred union, divine union between a masculine and a feminine. And this union begins within us. So, I'm really feeling with that Lovers card. For some, it could actually be a lover in the flesh, or for many, it's going to be about healing from past lovers, from past connections in the flesh, so that you may resurrect your light from deep within, so that you may heal from all those experiences, so that going forward, any connection that you have with another is loving, respectful, and kind. It's not just about sex. If we're just looking for the orgasm, the big O, if you will, that can be done on your own. You don't need anyone else to do that for you. So that's that. So let's just pull a few affirmation cards for us that's too many that fell on my lap, as we begin to close out. Come back here and visit tomorrow. There will be a new message posted for the Year of the Wood Dragon. I was just trying to remember if it was an interactive message. I'm not sure. Okay. And one more. And take care of yourself. Drink more water. Oh, yes, I am. So the first card I see is I'm at peace with my age. And with age comes wisdom, right? As a single mom of a 20-year-old young man, I can see myself at 20 where I felt like I knew everything. And I finally said to my son the other day, can you respect the fact that I have 33 more years of experience in the flesh than you currently do? So I might know a thing or two. And, we'll see how that goes. He still seems to know a lot, or believes he does. So each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I am in life. Yes, life is always lived in the present moment. Past, present, future, all lives now. And if we're living too much in the past, we're going to feel sad and depressed and, hopeless. And there's always hope. And it requires us to make a decision to courageously look at our past, address what's back there, and heal it. We must be able to see it, feel it in order to heal it and resolve and move on. I like this. My income is constantly increasing. The more we trust and follow our heart, the more that we share, the more that we follow our intuitive guidance as to what we're here to create and co-create with the divine as the driver in our lives, the more abundance. And it may not happen overnight, right? It's already happening, and it's just about it arriving to us. And so it's about being open enough to receive the blessings the divine has in store for us. I like the visual. It came to me about a year ago of calling in all the prayers that have been said in my name, with my name on them, all of the blessings that God has in store for me with my sacred and holy name on it. Just like your name is sacred and holy, just as mine is, because we are the embodiment of God in this human experience. God is not an external experience. God is within us all. And I know some people may get all their panties in a knot when I say God, and that's okay, because that is who I am here in service for. I'm on a mission from God, and this was told to me in 1995. I am here on a mission for God in service to the greatest and highest good of humanity. And that's a tall order, and it's what we're all here for. I begin now today to open myself to ever increasing prosperity, and gratitude really supports that along the way. I release all fears and doubts. Fears and doubts that I'm not good enough. Fears and doubts that I'm not creative. Fears and doubts that I can't, do it on my own. Fears and doubts that God is not working for me. Fears and doubts for my child. Fears and blah, 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 blah. Too much. It's too much. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Or fear, face everything and receive. Or face everything and recover. This is what we're here for. Where there is fear, there's not love, right? So let's love ourselves right here and now. We're all worthy and deserving of love right here and now in this moment. And it says, I now choose to free myself from all destructive fears and doubts. I am loved and I am safe. I accept myself and I create peace in my mind and heart. And that is really what it's all about. We are responsible for how we feel in the moment. Any dis-ease in our body can be harmonized and brought to ease through our willingness to show up for ourselves in the moment. This moment is a blessed new beginning. May you have the courage, you strength and fortitude to show up for yourself each and every day, regardless of the conditions, and especially on those days when you're feeling lost, like there's no hope. Please know you are not alone. And if there's anything I can do to support you, please, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you, and thank you for being here for me. I wish you all a blessed Aquarian new moon. And if you have time and energy, what are your thoughts on ADHD? I feel so stuck and find it hard to take action on anything without meds. I feel ashamed and haven't been able to fix myself. You know what? You, Secrets of a Girl, please send me an email with that because we are going to address that. Unfortunately, I have a job that sort of kind of little bit pays my bills. Not really. It doesn't really support me like this does. I would love to address that. And I know that there are a lot of people here that will benefit from that conversation. And I promise you, I will have that conversation here live tomorrow, somewhere between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. So if you come back here tomorrow, we will talk about that. There's a lot of us that have been given these labels, and a lot of us have been medicated for such things. Short, in short, and with all due respect, I personally believe all mental illness, if you will, or all these things that are labeled are really the soul within. It's a spiritual sickness. It's not a mental health sickness. It's more of a spiritual sickness, and we can find ways to support ourselves. I probably, at some point in my life, had I visited a um, medical professional for whatever was going on with my mental health, whatever I was going through, I'm sure at some point in time they would have had me medicated and perhaps even institutionalized. But no, not me, because I really lean on the God within, and I lean on my connection to nature more than anything else in this lifetime. And so I am sending you waves and waves and waves of love, and know that you right here and now are exactly where you're meant to be, and that you will get through this and you will find your motivation and your passion and your desire again, and learn as you learn to become your own best friend. And with that, I think I'm going to say thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to coming back. I'm going to reflect and meditate on your question there, and will gladly share my opinions and feelings about it. And I'm not a medical professional, so don't take this as, medical advice. I am just someone who's had lived through the whole gauntlet, if you will, of the human experience, and still here, and actually here better than ever before, shining and sharing from a healed and still healing heart space. So I look forward to sharing with you tomorrow. I'm sending you waves and waves of love, light, respect, and gratitude. And may you have the courage to show up for yourself and call in all the blessings that God has planned for you. Until next time, take good care. I see you, I feel you, I love you, and you are so worthy and deserving of your love and attention. You're safe.